Hey everybody, it's Casey again here, and today we're talking about our food literacy programs again. If you've seen some of the previous videos, you know that the library has received a grant from the Dollar General Foundation to purchase supplies to start a food literacy program. And what that means is we've purchased some cooking kits that we'll be able to use for programming so that children and adults will be able to come to a cooking program where they learn how to prepare a meal. They get to experience preparing it themselves, and you get to learn about the nutrition and health that goes along with the food that you're cooking. So today, we've made a few other things in the past. Today, we're gonna make some mac and cheese. I don't know about you, but until I was an adult, I thought the only way to make mac and cheese was from a box. So today, which is not really healthy, but today we're gonna learn how to make mac and cheese from scratch with all the raw ingredients. So here we go. So the first thing I did to prepare for this, so you guys don't have to sit and watch water boil, is I went ahead and cooked my elbow macaroni pasta. I boiled it in some water with a little bit of salt until it was cooked. So we're gonna start with making the cheese sauce now. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my cooktop here, and I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter to the pot, and we're just gonna let that melt. So the first thing that we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be making a roux, which is basically gravy. We're adding flour to a fat, which is the butter, and that is going to give us like a gravy type thing. So I'm gonna let all this butter get melted in here. And then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of flour as soon as this gets all melted down. And it's getting melted pretty quickly. Turn this down just a touch so we don't burn everything. The last thing I wanna do is burn my mac and cheese as you guys are watching. No pressure. Okay, so I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of flour. And this is all-purpose flour. So make sure it's nice and, there we go. 1 tablespoon and 2 tablespoons. And I'm also gonna add a half a teaspoon sea salt, which I'm just gonna eyeball in my hand. There we go. All right, now we're gonna whisk this all together, and we're gonna let it cook for about a minute. And it's gonna brown just a little bit. Turn this down so it doesn't burn, like I said. Oh my goodness. Okay. Once this is brown just a little bit, we are going to add some milk. We're gonna add a cup of milk. Once again, I like to use whole milk because it just makes the mac and cheese a little bit creamier, but you can use whatever milk that you choose. You can use, a 2%, 1%, fat-free, whatever is best for you. All right. All right, now that flour and butter mixture has cooked just a little bit, we're gonna add that 1 cup milk. Guys, it's already smelling good. Butter smells so good when it's cooking. There we go. Turn this down just a little bit more. Last thing we want to do is burn the milk as well. That would not be yummy. So we're just gonna whisk the milk in. Make sure everything gets nice and mixed up there. Okay. There we go, nice and smooth. Now the next thing that we're gonna add is we're gonna do a cup of Greek yogurt. And I know you guys are probably like, what? If you don't like Greek yogurt, you can also use sour cream. I don't really like sour cream, and Greek yogurt is a little bit healthier, so that's why I choose to use it. It has a really nice taste and a really nice texture as well. There we go, just gonna add that 1/4 of a cup in there. There we go. we're just gonna stir that all together. All right, we're gonna just let this cook for a few minutes, about 3 to 5 minutes, just to let it cook a little bit longer. And then we're gonna get to where the magic happens. We're gonna add the cheese and all that stuff in, make it look like real mac and cheese. So remember, if you guys are going to come to one of our food literacy programs in the future when we're having them, then we'll have 10 different stations set up throughout the room, and you'll be able to stand at your own station and do this along with the instructor as well. So it's going to be really fun. We're really excited about it. I know that you don't think of cooking when you think of the library, but food literacy is all about learning about your food, where it comes from, what makes food healthy, what your body needs to work properly and be healthy. And the library is all about literacy in all forms. So that's one reason why cooking at the library is a great thing. And we're here to help you learn all about that. All right, this is getting nice and thick. We're gonna let it cook for a couple more minutes. Get nice and bubbly. We just want to make sure it doesn't burn though. So we're going to keep stirring. You can see now, our sauce has thickened up a little bit. It's got a nice thick texture. We're still gonna heat a little bit for a little bit longer. Keep cooking. So we've tried to focus on foods during this little video series that we've got going on to introduce you to this program. We try to focus a lot on foods that kids love and that kids love to eat. And we want to make those accessible for kids, especially adults too, sure, but mostly kids. We want them to understand that cooking can be fun, that eating healthy can be fun and delicious. And that's why we chose scrambled eggs. My kids at home love scrambled eggs. That's one of the only things sometimes I can get them to eat. They also love fruit, so smoothies is a great choice. And smoothies is one of those things, like I said in the video, you can kind of make it however you want to. So kids really like to kind of come up with their own recipes to see what tastes good, what doesn't taste good. It's really fun for them to be able to kind of be creative as they mix those smoothies together. And then mac and cheese. What kid doesn't love mac and cheese? I know there are some, and that's understandable. But across the board, it's a pretty universally loved food. So we wanted to share a little bit, like I said earlier, a little bit healthier way to be able to cook your mac and cheese, and to help kids learn what it is, what goes in it, not just those packets of processed cheese that they get. All right. As you can see, we've got a nice thick sauce here, which is super, super good. All right, now I'm going to add my cheese. I'm gonna reduce my heat just a little bit, and I cheated just a touch, and I bought the pre-measured package of cheese. So this is 2 cups of cheese. I like sharp cheddar. You can really get whatever kind of cheese that you like best. Or even do a mixture. Who knows what tastes good. I really also like Colby Jack, so maybe some Colby Jack mac and cheese. I don't know, it could be good. I'm gonna add, this is 2 cups pre-measured, so we're gonna add 2 cups of cheese. There we go. And we're just gonna stir that into the sauce that we have until it melts. It's all melted and yummy. I was unaware, but I did learn this while I was researching the best mac and cheese recipe. I learned that packaged cheese has ingredients in it to make it more difficult to melt. So if you want a really good, like the best, creamiest cheese that you can get for your mac and cheese, a really good option would be to buy the block of cheese and grate it yourself, because they don't include those ingredients to make it harder to melt. So it gives it a really, really nice, smooth, creamy texture for that cheese if you buy the block and grate it yourself. I chose not to do that because it would take a lot of time for you guys sitting there at home watching. But if you've got time and you've got kids who are eager to do something fun, cheese grating might be your ticket. All right, just make sure my cheese has almost melted all the way. I've still got a few chunks in here. But it's a sticky, yummy, cheesy, wonderful time happening here in this pot. I'm gonna show you guys in just a second. Yum, and it smells delicious. I'm gonna give it just a little bit longer to get all those little cheese chunks melted. And as I was saying before, it probably wouldn't have this problem if I would have purchased the chunk of cheese, but it's just so you guys wouldn't have to sit there and watch me grate cheese. All right, there we go. I think it's pretty good now. All right, now what I'm gonna do is add my pasta to my cheese mixture here. I'm gonna add it just a little bit at a time and kind of work it in there. Okay. All right. It'd be better if I got like an actual spoon. Let's see what I got here. Here we go, I got a spatula. That way I can fold in the cheese. All right, yum. And I know kids would love this part of like mixing in all their pasta to make a super yummy mac and cheese. All right. This is a sticky, gooey, yummy, wonderful looking mac and cheese. Let's try that. I didn't bring your regular fork. Let's see if I can get a piece out of here. The good thing about when you're cooking by yourself is you can do stuff like this and there's nobody there to see. Here we go. Really good, guys. And if you're really interested in trying this recipe at home, we'll put the recipe in the comments for you guys so you can follow along and do it yourself. See you guys.